is time for the fight without honor between Jimmy Rave and Nigel McGuinness. Rave steps through those ropes as they stare each other down. Such history between these two competitors, and it comes to a head here in Liverpool.
See Nigel McGuinness slowly making his way to the center of the ring. That right leg taped up. Suffered a pulled groin last night in his match against Samoa Joe. Still coming here to do battle against Jimmy Rave. Such is the hatred between these two.
He wants to give the UK fans that big win, and he wants to do it against Jimmy Rave, a man who has forced Nigel to tap out on several occasions to the heel hook, the new submission hold of Jimmy Rave that has earned him many victories in the past several months. It's a battle for respect between these two men.
Nigel motioning for Rave to get back into the ring. He wants to fight like a man. Hook it up, collar and elbow, side headlock by Rave. McGuinness firing forearms to the ribs, trying to free himself. Backs Rave into the ropes and sends him off. Shoulder tackle, neither man goes down, and Rave just slaps McGuinness in the face.
And just like that, it could have been over. Rave, as soon as he absorbed the lariat, quickly rolled out to the floor before Nigel could either follow up or go for a cover.
Nigel McGuinness has shown in the recent past that he can hit that lariat from just about anywhere at any time, and Jimmy Rave needs to be very, very careful because Nigel McGuinness can end this matchup in a split second with that move.
And additionally, any variation of the lariat of Nigel McGuinness could put Jimmy Rave away in a matchup like this.
Fight without honor. They're taking it out to the floor here. Rave drags McGuinness to the outside and drives him into the steel barricade.
Rebound, and a strike right across the face. Open hand slap sends Jimmy Rave down to the floor.
And there you see McGuinness grabbing at that hamstring, really feeling the effects in the groin.
You want to see it?
Basically no rules in fight without honor here. The referee's just there to determine who the winner is.
Rave once again bouncing off the guardrail. McGuinness staying right on top of Rave.
Get him, Nigel. Get Nigel.
Pulls him over towards his side. European uppercut connects right on the point of the jaw.
Just measure Jimmy Rave for that shot. One hell of a fight Nigel McGuinness put up last night against Samoa Joe. Gave it all he had, but couldn't come up with that big victory here in Liverpool. Wants to walk away at the end of the 5th year festival here at the finale with that big win.
Samoa Joe giving him that muscle buster on the apron. Looked like he was completely unconscious on the floor. Walked up the rampway by the officials and then made his way back, refusing to have the match end that way, only to fall at the hands of Samoa Joe.
Now he's got a chair in hand from underneath the bottom of the ring. Now we saw last night it's going to take a whole lot to count Nigel McGuinness out in professional wrestling, and he's going to give it all he has here against Jimmy Rave. And fight without honor, he can use that chair.
He got caught coming in. Jimmy Rave with a drop kick right on that already injured leg, just buckled it out from under him, and McGuinness went down in a heap. He is in serious trouble here, and Rave is all over the leg. And you have to think that leg is a giant bullseye for Jimmy Rave. He likes to utilize the heel hook. It's his favorite finishing maneuver, and that tape on the injured groin of Nigel McGuinness is a gigantic bullseye for Jimmy Rave, and he is going right after it.
You can be working over the leg of Nigel McGuinness throughout the course of this matchup because it's that injury, and of course the setup for the heel hook. Nigel needs to keep him away from that leg by any means possible.
See an elbow to the midsection there, trying to get Rave off of him for just a minute. Unsuccessful, though. Rave clubbing again at the back. Trying to snapmare McGuinness out of the corner, does so. Sets him in position and drives the flat of the foot right to the ear of Nigel McGuinness.
Very proud of himself is Jimmy Rave. In control right here. Nigel feeling the effects on that leg. Struggling to get back up. As Rave runs his mouth towards some of the fans here. Coming away on the back.
Pressed there to the midsection, no effect on Rave.
Checking his own pulse, the die Jimmy die chant. No, he's still alive. Stomping away on that leg.
See Nigel really favoring that leg as Jimmy Rave stomps away and then goes right back out to the floor. Has that leg draped over the apron and again drives the knee right into the apron.
More damage has been done, and Nigel trying to withstand all the pain. Down across the back comes Jimmy Rave. But Nigel firing back, as you can see Rave starting to put the bad mouth on him. Nigel's not going to put up with that.
Chop to the chest by Rave, doubles up McGuinness. Backs him into the guardrail and again chops away. McGuinness limping around the ringside area, having trouble putting any weight whatsoever on that right leg as Jimmy Rave sets him up against that post.
So this is unified.
Guess who's gonna die
Between
now?
Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. But he puts on the brakes and sends Jimmy Rave shoulder first into the ring post. Rather than drive the head and the shoulder of McGuinness into the ring post, he turned the tables on Jimmy Rave.
Stalking Rave around the ringside area, delivers a big slap right to the face. European uppercut connects. And the crowd getting behind McGuinness as he continues the assault on Jimmy Rave. Scoops him up and slams him on the hard floor.
Nigel now thinking about his next move here. He's got Jimmy Rave down, looking for more plunder underneath the ring. Fight without honor.
Oh, he's got a smile on his face. He sees something he likes. Another steel barricade underneath the ring.
Looking to inflict some punishment on Jimmy Rave. And sliding that barricade right into Jimmy Rave on the floor.
Right into the chest cavity of Jimmy Rave. You see him gasping for air. That steel just cracking into his sternum.
And now McGuinness propping it up between the edge of the ring and the top of the guardrail. See what he has in mind. Goes underneath to go after Jimmy Rave. European uppercut once again.
Again, hearing it from the crowd in Liverpool. Hit a steam behind that European uppercut.
Let's see England!
Nigel joined the cheers of his countrymen.
Like a one-man flapjack right onto the steel. Midsection first, Jimmy Rave got dropped.
Slingshots him face first into the other side of the barricade.
Nigel putting it to use very creatively. And doing damage to Jimmy Rave. He is down on the floor. Still with that barricade propped up. Nigel isn't done with it.
Goes underneath it to get to Rave. Drives his forehead into it. And Jimmy Rave has been busted open.
Rave tried to bust the head of McGuinness open on the ring post earlier. Was unsuccessful. But he has driven the head of Jimmy Rave into the steel barricade. And now bringing him back inside the ring.
Repeated shots into that barricade has lacerated the forehead of Jimmy Rave. And Nigel McGuinness literally smells blood as he makes his way back into the ring to continue the assault on Jimmy Rave. Handful of hair from behind. Clubbing blow across the top of the head. And Rave goes crashing to the canvas. But McGuinness refuses to let go. Picks him back up. Another European uppercut. And Jimmy Rave is in serious trouble.
And now he's got that steel chair once again. Rave in a bad way in the corner. Nigel with chair in hand. Just waiting for the right moment. Rave back to his feet. And a boot puts a stop to Nigel before he can swing that chair.
Once again, going to the thigh of McGuinness, the injured right thigh you see heavily taped. Another European rocks Rave, but neither man goes down. Finally, McGuinness collapses under that bad leg and gets caught with a running knee. Covered by Rave.
Nigel kicks out.
Jimmy Rave with a desperation move drove the knee to the face of Nigel McGuinness and able to get a 2 count. Both men struggling, Rave up to his feet first. McGuinness, under the weight of that one bad wheel, makes it to his feet. Knife edge chop from Rave, and a forearm shot sends McGuinness to the corner. Another chop from Rave. McGuinness slumped in the corner. Rave with a head of steam charges. Knee to the midsection. Brings him out. Neck breaker.
Oh my God!
Cover!
And after the impact of that neck breaker, Nigel came down and once again was clutching at that leg that Pulled groin suffered last night. World of pain right now for Nigel McGuinness. Look at the expression on his face as Jimmy Rave tries to wear him down. Nigel is not going to give it up here in front of these Liverpool fans.
Crowd trying to rally McGuinness as Rave has the arms butterflied. McGuinness back to his feet, trying to fight his way out. Went for the lariat, but Rave ducked it. Spear! Cover!
Hooked both legs, but Nigel able to kick out.
Rave able to avoid the lariat and goes right back to work, trying to wear down Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel went for that short arm version of the lariat. But yeah, Jimmy Rave able to avoid falling victim to it. Nigel has so many different ways to connect with the lariat from different positions. He drives Jimmy Rave into the buckle. Series of strikes in the corner. And favoring that leg. European uppercut. Tried to get as much momentum as he could, given the injury.
Really laboring under that injury to the right leg. Not a lot of momentum, but still did the damage.
Trying to set him up for the Tower of London, but Rave sees it coming, trying to use his leverage to block.
Is that arm trapped? There's the shoulder lariat!
Cover! No, Rave gets his shoulder up.
Come on.
Both men really feeling the effects here. McGuinness struggling just to get to his feet.
Oh, he can barely put any weight on that bad leg. He's got Jimmy Rave now. Again, trying to get him up for the Tower of London. Can he hit it? Rave trying to fight it off.
Clubbing away at the back of the head from behind. Shoves him off. Missile drop kick off the top. McGuinness in the corner. Gets the boot up and catches Rave coming in.
Trying to get him up. Tower of London. He gets it. Tower of London from Nigel McGuinness. Cover. No. Rave kicks out.
Jimmy Rave able to get the shoulder up. His head bouncing off the canvas, but somehow dug down deep enough to get the arm up just in the nick of time.
Rave on his back. Nigel trying to fight his way back to his feet here. Trying to dig down for some extra energy.
The crowd urging McGuinness on here as the blood continues to flow from the cut on the head of Jimmy Rave. One more time, McGuinness has him in the corner. Series of chops. Forearm shot. Elbow to the back of the chin. McGuinness one more time with a head of steam. But Rave gets the knee up.
Just took him a little bit more time to try to get that momentum and come charging, and it gave Rave the opportunity to strike first. Formerly known as gonorrhea from Jimmy Rave. Looking for the pedigree now. And he hits it. Cover.
McGuinness kicked out.
And Rave cannot believe it.
Jimmy Rave didn't hook the leg. McGuinness had just enough left to get the shoulder up.
Rave crawling now out to the apron as Nigel still on his back.
Both these men taking a tremendous amount of punishment here. Rave makes his way to the other side of the ring, out on the apron, motioning for Nigel to get to his feet. Rave from the outside, springboards off the second rope, goes for the DDT, but Nigel blocks it. Sets him up on the top rope one more time. Jimmy Rave straddling that rope. Thrust to the throat. McGuinness sets himself on the second rope. Says that's it.
He's got to cover him, rolls him over. Hooks the leg. No, only two.
How much punishment can Jimmy Rave take?
Both men truly feeling the effects of this fight without honor. Nigel, injury and all, continuing the battle. Jimmy Rave has lost blood and is continuing to kick out of whatever Nigel throws at him.
Both these guys showing tremendous amount of guts here by continuing in the shape they're in. Take nothing away from Jimmy Rave. You don't have to like him, but you got to respect him. And Nigel McGuinness is looking to finish him off right here as both men go out to the apron.
And that guardrail still set up between the apron and the barricade. Nigel trying to get the suplex.
Rave trying to fight him off. Couple of forearm shots. Not a lot of steam.
And the body of Nigel McGuinness just bent that barricade. That is steel. Such impact, such force. Bent that barricade under the weight of Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness is in trouble. Hanging on by a thread here as Jimmy Rave continues the assault. McGuinness somehow rolling back into the ring, grimacing in pain, covered by Rave, and again McGuinness gets the shoulder up.
Not enough to put him away. He wants this win.
Desperately looking to give the fans of Liverpool that one big win here in ROH that's eluded him in his trips back to the UK. Fighting away with the foot, boots to the face, sends Rave back to the ropes. McGuinness on his feet. Thrust kick from Rave off the ropes. Jimmy Rave in that guardrail may be broken in half.
This time Rave feels the effect of that steel barricade.
McGuinness on his feet, setting that chair up in the ring. Somehow able to continue all the punishment, all the abuse these two have dished out. And McGuinness is still standing, bad leg and all, and taking back over on Jimmy Rave on the floor.
Rolls him back inside. As these fans solidly behind him.
Look at the shape of that barricade. It was in a straight line in one piece about 10 minutes ago.
But both McGuinness and Jimmy Rave bending that barricade after the assault from their opponent.
Safe to say that neither that barricade nor Jimmy Rave will ever be the same again after this matchup.
What does Nigel have in mind?
Setting him up top. He might be looking for the Tower of London on the chair. Rave in position.
There it is, Tower of London on the chair.
He kicked out.
Jimmy Rave somehow with enough to kick out.
Nigel McGuinness is in shock. I'm in shock. 1,300 fans here at the Olympia are in shock. Somehow Jimmy Rave is able to get the shoulder up. McGuinness checking with the ref, making sure it was only two.
Well, Jimmy Rave is lifeless. Maybe he just needs to pick him back up, hit one more, and then this thing will be over with.
Rave somehow trying to get to his feet. McGuinness is going to help him up. Has that arm trapped. He hit the short arm lariat before. Rolls him up. He's got the heel hook. He's got the heel hook.
Oh, this could be it. Nigel has tapped to this maneuver in the past. Will he tap again here in Liverpool? Heel hook from Jimmy Rave.
Jimmy Rave has got it cinched in. Nigel McGuinness screaming in agony. That already injured right leg in serious, serious trouble.
Will he tap? No, he reaches the bottom rope. Rave must release the hold.
Not in a fight without honor, he doesn't.
My God!
Hanging on with all he's got. Nigel McGuinness cannot be saved by the ropes. Jimmy Rave does not have to let go.
This is shades of New Jersey, that I Quit match in January. He won't give it up.
He'd rather have Jimmy Rave break his ankle than give up. It's still on his feet. The referee's down.
Nigel McGuinness out to the apron. Referee is down. drops.